Richard Allen and Kathy Allen grew up in Peru, Indiana, as did Tony and Kagan Klein. According to Detective Vito, Richard Allen and the Kleins lived in the same neighborhood at some point. Richard Allen worked at the CVS store just around the corner from the Klein home from 2013 to 2016, until a few weeks before the murders occurred.
Well, not the one here, but with CVS since 2013.
Okay. So you worked at CVS somewhere?
Yeah, I worked in training in Marion, I worked in Peru, and then I came to Delphi. I'm thinking 16, 17, 16.
During a police interview, detectives informed Kagan Klein that they knew he was logging into the Anthony Shots account on two burner phones around 8 a.m. on the morning Abby and Libby were murdered. Kagan claimed that he did this to talk to more girls, but that explanation makes no sense.
Tell me about Anthony Shots. Why did you create that profile?
I don't really know. I was just lonely, you know what I mean?
On the same day, Kagan was logging into the Anthony Shots account on these burner phones. Richard Allen was reported to be in Peru, just up the street from the Klein home.
Can you help us understand what was going on Monday, February the 13th? You kind of tell us what you were doing that day and remember the day the girls were on the trail.
Okay.
Yeah.
I went over to my mom's in Peru, Mexico, earlier in the day. I think my mom had hip surgery back then or something, but regardless, my wife was working, so I went over there and spent the day, I spent the morning with them. My sisters come over and they were going to go eat lunch and stuff, and I wasn't about that, so I went home, and I remember it was a fairly warm day, or warmer than normal, so I think I just put a jacket on and went back out to the trails.
Libby and Abby had been communicating with the Anthony Shots account on Snapchat the day before, including late into the night and early morning hours, right up until just before they were killed.
Is it true that Liberty and this Anthony Shots account were in contact the night before her murder, even if we don't know what was said?
That is correct. And to the day of.
Unfortunately, those conversations were never recovered.
A majority of the contact between Libby and the Anthony Shots profile was on Snapchat. And because of that, the content of the messages couldn't be recovered due to the nature of the app and at the time, the settings that were being used.
Libby's family began reaching out to Libby's friends via social media. They contacted the Anthony Shots account, and the account responded, "I was supposed to meet that girl there that day, but she didn't show." Detective Vito stated that Kagan Klein searched the Marathon gas station in Delphi, just one block from Richard Allen's home, on the day of the murders.
Something that we reported that was, I think it was that the Marathon, he was looking up the Marathon gas station in Delphi. Was that true?
I believe so. Specifically about that search, we were never able to verify why.
The FBI was tasked with recovering the security camera footage, but the evidence was reportedly destroyed while in their custody. The only alibi for the Kleins on the day of the murders is cell phone activity that places them in Peru during that time, along with the fact that investigators made efforts to find connections by reevaluating Allen's and the Kleins' devices and asking family members and friends about any links. That's it. Kagan Klein was moved from prison to ISP custody, where he met with the entire Delphi investigative team, including Doug Carter and Nick McClelland. Kagan made a full confession regarding his involvement in the Delphi murders, stating that he and his father went to Delphi on the day of the murders. They parked at the cemetery near the crime scene. Kagan said his father went into the woods, leaving him alone for a couple of hours. When his father returned to the vehicle, he was covered in mud and blood. Kagan reported that his father told him, "We just had fun." The question remains, who is we? Richard Allen was captured on security cameras at Hoosier Harvest Store, coming from the direction of the cemetery, which aligns with Kagan's confession. Kagan Klein's account of his father appearing muddy and bloody aligns strikingly with Sarah Carbaugh's description of Richard Allen. Notably, Kagan's confession predates the public disclosure of Carbaugh's muddy and bloody statement, lending potential credibility to his claim. However, Kagan's history as a habitual liar casts doubt on his involvement. Like the boy who cried wolf, his track record invites skepticism. Yet, if Kagan is telling the truth, this time, his 2017 Las Vegas trip and use of a burner phone to connect with individuals on Craigslist, details revealed in his police interview transcript, could emerge as the most overlooked clues in the Delphi murder investigation. If Kagan Klein is truthful about his involvement, the 2017 Las Vegas trip could be a pivotal factor in understanding the motive behind the Delphi murders. If Kagan is being honest, it's possible the Kleins encountered dangerous individuals in Vegas, people capable of orchestrating or influencing a heinous crime. You be the judge.
Pops, you dance with the devil don't change. Devil changes you.